Hi there, welcome to a series of videos called English for Emerson. We're learning some basic English reading and writing on this channel. You need something to write with, something to write on. I got some sloppy lines going side to side on this board. We've been doing folk sayings, a lot of them too. I don't know, we might have like 100 folk sayings at this point on this channel. It's getting out of hand. Some of them are kind of like, the early bird gets the worm, something like that. The early bird gets the worm. It's like, that's pretty basic. But some of them are deep. And I mean, when I say deep, I mean they're like a well that you can't get to the bottom of. They're so deep. And that's what I've got, one of those kind today. It's so deep that in your whole life, you might not get to the bottom of this folk saying. That's how deep this one is. This might be the deepest folk saying we do on this channel. I don't mind telling you. Here we go. Starting off with a T. Straight line down from left to right on the top for a capital T. To air. What? To air? It's E-R-R. To air. Strange word. You're not going to hear this word very often. You're not going to say it very often in English. An error is something that's wrong. Okay? Like saying 2 plus 2 is 3. Okay? That's an error. That's not right. Do you follow me? An error is something that you got wrong. Like a math problem that you did not get the answer right. You say 2 plus 2 is 3. Well, that's an error. Okay? Well, that's kind of what the word err is kind of short for error. Okay? To err is human. I'll put a comma there. What is human? Human. People, we call ourselves human beings. That's what we are. We're human beings. Kind of a strange word, human, but that's what people are. We're not apes like orangutans or chimpanzees or gorillas. We're a primate. We're an ape. That's the truth. We're a primate, but we're a human being. We're not an ape. We're not an ape. Well, we are an ape. Gosh darn it. What was I saying? We're like an ape, but we're not a gorilla. We're not an orangutan, and we're not gosh darn it. We are a primate. We're not a gorilla. We're not an orangutan. We're not a chimpanzee. We are a human being, okay? We're one of the great apes. Well, part of being human is that we make a lot of mistakes. That's what the old timers said, okay? Part of being human is that we make mistakes. It's baked into the cake. It is not possible to live life on earth as a human being and not make mistakes. That's part of our reality here. I'm telling you. And we make a lot of them. We had a folk saying a while back that we said to make an omelet, you have to break a few eggs. That's just life on earth. It's baked into the cake. Part of doing stuff is that there's errors involved. Talk to the greatest people in the world. They'll come right out and tell you, oh my gosh, did I make a heck of a lot of mistakes? That's the facts, okay? So there's no point beating other people up about their mistakes or beating ourselves up about our mistakes because it's baked into the cake. You can't live and not make some mistakes. Well, okay. I got a comma. I'm just writing her all down here. There, I'm done. To err is human. To forgive is divine. What does this mean? What does this mean to forgive? Well, that's part of what makes this particular folk saying so deep, deeper than the deepest well, because forgiveness is a mystery. It's a mystery. It's not something that we can really understand what forgiveness really is. Forgiveness is not someone, breaking one of your toys and saying, "Oh, it's okay." That's not really forgiveness. Forgiveness is deeper. Forgiveness is an inside thing. It's an inside job. Yes, it has something to do with not seeking revenge, like getting back at people for what they've done, or getting back at ourselves for what we've done. It's partly about that, but it's deeper than that. It's more of an internal thing. To forgive is divine. What does divine mean? Divine means it's like holy. It's on a higher level. It's a spiritual thing. It's holy. It's like something to do with the spirit world, with God. To err is human. To forgive is divine. Notice I got a couple of silent E's here. One in forgive, it's not forgivey, and one in divine. It's not diviney, it's divine. Each one of these I's kind of makes a different sound. Divine, divine. Yeah, that first I can make the sound almost like an E, divine. This one makes a sound like a I, like itself, divine, divine. Maybe it's a little bit more like a divine, kind of in between. This is a shorter I in forgive. It really makes the I sound, also an is. They got the I sound. We got a lot of I's here that make different sounds. I'm telling you something right now. This is one of those things. I know I could go on and on and on about this for an hour or more about forgiveness. This is one of the things in my life that I've struggled with the most. I'm 54 years old now, and I struggle with this on a daily basis, and I work at it too. Every day I pray about this, forgiveness. What I've learned about forgiveness is that it's not a one-time thing. One of the things that I've learned about forgiveness is that it's daily. It's a daily thing. It's like a constant job. Forgiveness. It's not what you'd call a one-off. At least it isn't for me. I have to work at it on a daily basis. It's an internal thing too. It's not about what I say to anybody else. It's something that happens on the inside of me as I work at it. And I can feel it as I work with forgiveness. I'm telling you, this is as deep as the deepest well, and probably a lot deeper than that. A lot of the problems that people have in life are they have bad feelings inside about themselves and other people. That's a lot of where a lot of our problems come from, is difficult feelings that we have and thoughts that we have on the inside. They actually can cause disease over the course of time. And some of it we don't even know how deep it goes. Life is complicated, and it's difficult to be a human being. It's difficult to be human. Forgiveness is something that's almost like it's a miracle, is what it really is. Jesus, now I've gone to preaching, I know it, and I know this video is probably going on too long. But Jesus, one of the main things he did on earth, on his short time on earth, was forgiveness. He went around forgiving people's sins, he called it. And that's how he did a lot of his healing. It's very, very, very mysterious, the act of forgiveness. And it's one of the hardest things there is to do. Of all the miracles that Jesus did, like raising the dead, healing people's arms that didn't work, healing people's eyes that couldn't see. Of all of the miracles that Jesus did, I think that forgiveness was the greatest. It's the most divine. And the old folks knew about this. They knew. We all make mistakes. To err is human. Forgiveness, that's on a higher level. Making mistakes is just part of being here as human beings. But forgiveness, that's like going way up to the top floor. I don't know what else to say about this lesson. This is so deep. If you're anything like me, you'll be coming back to this issue for the rest of your life. And it's probably, maybe, the most important lesson that we all have to learn in our lives is forgiveness of ourselves and others. I really think so. It was certainly Jesus' greatest lesson. It was certainly his greatest lesson that he taught. It's tough. And it's deep. And it's powerful. And it's a miracle. To err is human. To forgive is divine. Maybe the best folk saying there is right there. I'll see you next time on English for Emerson. Bye-bye.